What's live is up. We are on. Well, the season will begin tonight. 2025-2026 season. All-round football from England down to Spain, from Spain down to Italy, from Italy to France, from France to Germany. It's going to be an hectic season for football. And the boots race has already begun, right? From Eden Allen down to Victor Gyökeres, down to any top scorer you can think of in the Premier League. Then in the La Liga, you're looking at Lewandowski, you're looking at Mbappe retaining his crown. Then in Bundesliga, you're looking at Harry Kane, the king of goals, trying to fix up everything to make sure the goal keeps coming. And in French League Home, thinking about the top scorer, Dembele. Yes, Dembele is still going to be on. And the funniest thing is that the Ballon d'Or is on the 22nd of September. And Ousmane Dembele, for me, happens to be the favorite, the number one man to win the award. But for me, I believe Ousmane Dembele is not the only player in contention for that award in that Paris Saint-Germain squad. We have players like Vincia, who has an extra trophy ahead of Dembele. We have Nunes, who has an extra trophy ahead of Dembele. And we also have Achraf Hakimi, who has been a pivoted role player in that squad. He scored in the Champions League final, where Dembele was missing in action. So, to you, who do you think should get this Ballon d'Or? If it's going to PSG as a team, who do you think should win the Ballon d'Or?
What I mean by that is both Dembele and had an incredible season. So much of Dembele is more of teamwork, determination, resilience. This trophy has not been in a cabinet before, and you must do everything that you achieve. I mean, it's more of collective effort. Right, go back to Yami Lama. He had a wonderful and excellent season. Sometimes he plays a major role by putting the entire team on his shoulder, but that does not mean that credit must be taken away from the ability. You understand? So it's more of popularity for now. Definitely more than credibility. So whichever way the pendulum swings, wish the best of lucks to whoever emerges as the winner.
Now the new season is going to kick off this night.
Yeah, that's
the current champion Liverpool will be testing their strength against Bournemouth. Those boys who are very deadly and are ready to kill. So what is your take for this season for the Premier League?
Well, looking at where they stopped last season, because they are the defending champion, and we should not take anything out from Bournemouth. They had an excellent season last season too. But Liverpool, from what we saw from the Community Shield, losing to Crystal Palace on penalties, I believe they want to redeem their image because of their fans by winning these maximum points. And they have a crop of players, which I believe during the transfer window they signed some great players to understand. So I believe with the crop of players that are coming to the team, I believe they can do that. And before the season ends, so they want to the signature of this what's it called? Isaac. So if they can combine all those, I believe they will be far.
Okay, that's good. But the most interesting match that I'll be willing to check out for is the match of Chelsea and Crystal Palace. Now, Crystal Palace has been the Giants killer, right? At first, they defeated Man City to win the Carling Cup. Yeah. They defeated Liverpool to win the Community Shield. Now they are testing the world champion Chelsea at home to Chelsea. Chelsea's at home, then Crystal Palace. So what is your take on Crystal Palace against Chelsea?
Well, like I already said before, Crystal Palace had a wonderful towards the end of last season. So number one, winning the cup, defeating the champions and the cup holder, going to the Community Shield with that mindset and that synergy that we can replicate what we did to Man City, which eventually they did from 2-1 down to 2-2, and on the penalty shootout they eventually come to victorious. So one thing I would like you to know is a long-term derby. These people are familiar with each other, and don't let us take anything away from Chelsea. Remember when they go into the World Cup, everybody
that
chance of them winning the. So many said they play the underdogs. What are the underdogs? Probably they proceeded to the final. Not even to the final, beating almighty
the best team, the best team
be tried
as a last season.
So I believe with that mojo of them being the World Club Cup holder, I believe they will go into the season with the mindset that the first match of the season, let's give our fans something they can reminisce on. So I believe Chelsea will get this one.
Yes. Now to your own team, Manchester United.
Everything is
playing against Arsenal. Now, Arsenal has been one of the best teams for the last 3 seasons. Though they've been having ill luck, while trying from the beginning, getting towards the ending, they start falling from the ladder. But with the acquisition of Victor Gyökeres, which is what they needed, playing against Manchester United, who have sent away their best players. A person like Garnacho is no more in the team. A person like Anthony is shaking like pendulum. We don't know where he's swinging to. Matomini, who gave Napoli their league, was also in your team and you drove him away. And now you signed Mbeumo and Koha. How do you think these 2 players can fizzle into the team to meet that team that is created by Arteta called Arsenal?
Okay, let me quickly correct one impression. You said Victor Gyökeres is what Arsenal needed.
Yes.
Yeah, you might be needed and you are not useful. You understand? That's one thing I want.
That is a blow. That's a blow for Arsenal. That's a blow for Arsenal.
A good player, there are a lot of potentials, and if a boy is talent, at least is a good addition to. But what I'm telling you, before his signature, Arsenal have been doing wonderfully well.
What I said is that they needed that man. As a team, for you to win the league or to win any competition, you need that man that can assure you 1 goal per match. Okay. Right? A striker that can give you 38 goals in a season. Now, don't forget that last season,
we've seen a case where somebody won a good.
No, last season, last season, Gyökeres was the highest goal scorer in the top in all the leagues, right? But because of coefficients, they had to give it to Mbappe, right? Because the coefficient is 2 goals to 3 points, while La Liga, Premier League, French Ligue 1 is 1 point, 2 points to 1 goal, right? So that was the reason why he lost that boot. For Arsenal, if you check out the team at the major beginning of the season, they do well. When it gets to from January, they start dropping. Why? Because of injuries and fatigue. And they all need a player like Gyökeres who can ditch in the ball for them when they needed the goal. So that's what I'm saying. For this season now, Arsenal are set. Can Man U withstand the pressure from Arsenal?
Well, if you are just personalizing the whole of Man U to Arsenal, it will be a great injustice for me. You understand? So the season is far. Okay. Arsenal match against Manchester is just a match ahead. You understand? The question is, how will the end of the day Man U season will be evaluated? Why? They brought in lots of players like Mbeumo, rightly said, one of the goal puncher in Brentford, and they brought in Kuna, and they brought in the other guy from Abu Isaac. Wonderful player, excellent player on a day-to-day. They can deliver and give their best. But sending some players away, which were not that bad. Probably if all this player had an injury, and you look at your bench, so they have player who can come in as a game changer. So I believe Man U are struggling for now. They're just on a rebuilding process. The hope of them winning any silverware this season, I'm not too sure. Probably they can go over for caliber of Premiership because of players they have now. I don't believe they can. Okay. But as for Arsenal, like you said, sometimes they started very well. Yeah. In the later end, they just fizzled out. This thing has been going on for about 4 seasons. They have been competing. So one thing is, if Arsenal is behind you, just relax. You understand? You have 5 or 6 points out of them. One thing is, which every club excellent season, you understand? So with the cross of player they brought in, I believe they did well, and at the end of the day, you have a wonderful and stellar season.
Okay, now among the full 20 team in the Premier League, which team are you vying for top 4, top 5, top 6? Can Man U make top 5? Can Man U make top 6? And can Man U make top 4?
Well, the season hasn't started yet. I wouldn't think for now. You understand? Because I believe we have the likes of Chelsea, we have the likes of Man City, we have the likes of Liverpool, Tottenham. You understand? Everybody wants this position. Okay. But one thing I can root for this season that I have confidence they will go do well is Chelsea. You understand? That there's this compatibility in that team now. You understand? So and they are doing well. They are working as a team now. So you cannot single Chelsea now with the best player. The Kopama is delivering the world-class performances though. It's just like more of teamwork rather than individual performances.
Okay, now if you were asked to give a pundit on which team do you think can win the Premier League this season, just one team, which team will you choose?
Like I said, I'm rooting for Chelsea.
Chelsea.
Yeah, Chelsea. Because of what they did at the World Cup, the compatibility, and there's this synergy and discipline within that team that makes them go for. You understand? I see maturity. I see they are just too mature, sure. That's one thing I can say.
Okay.
So Chelsea all the way for me this season.
Okay, now let's move down from Premier League down into La Liga. The La Liga season is beginning tonight, right? But that match is not very important for me. The most important match is tomorrow's match, which happens to be my own team, FC Barcelona, playing against Mallorca. So let's the shots.
Well, like Randy said, the race in La Liga has been limited to 2 clubs, which is Real Madrid and Barcelona. So it's just the same thing we are seeing. So no more surprises. Is either Madrid win or Barca will win.
Why are you kicking Atletico out of it?
It comes once in a while, just like the way Bayern Leverkusen just come in the picture in Bundesliga.
Okay.
But I believe with the preseason and the players Barca are signing, I believe Barca will go all the way to defeat Real Mallorca. And the only person Barcelona as a team is competing with them is, we all know, is Strider.
Real Madrid.
So let's see how the season goes.
Well, naturally, I would have said Real Madrid is not a competition for Barcelona, but let me not be fanatic in this aspect. Real Madrid had a wonderful, only preseason match, wonderful, against Tyrol, right? Tyrol is not a team that you can just push away, right?
Let me quickly correct one statement you said. You said Barca is not competing with Madrid.
Yes.
Or Madrid is not competing with Barca. I don't know probably how you phrase that language. Yeah. But I can tell you, Madrid as a team is competing with Barca because that is the only team that can challenge them, that can deprive them from winning laurels. So that's why they are doing everything to make sure that dominance go to Santiago Bernabeu.
Okay. Now, for me, I believe that the season is just kicking off. Let's see how the Pichichi race will run. If my boy Lewandowski can pick up from the scratch in which he messed up last season to win that boot, or Mbappe can still remain the king of La Liga. Now let's move down to French Ligue 1, where Paris Saint-Germain are the champion. Short, they are 5 champions out of 6.
Well, I don't see anything we should analyze them. We all know.
So they have Monaco, they have Marseille.
But Monaco, Marseille, we don't know what at the end of the day who will be winning.
No, but the truth
it's just a one-sided, just like what Ibrahimovic said. He said, we are France. So you understand, before the season starts, they knew who won the League One. So you understand, so all of those things that you to compete or to fulfill the credentials of the numbers of clubs who will be playing. So all the way is PSG. Another day is PSG. Tomorrow it will be PSG. PSG. So
okay, so let's leave it for PSG and let's go to the German Bundesliga. Last season, Leverkusen fall our hand. Leverkusen won the league 2 seasons ago, and we gave them that credence that they have come to stay in the Bundesliga. But unfortunately, they submitted the league back to Bayern Munich, and that was Hurricanes' first silverware for ages of playing football.
Remember that season you said Bayern Leverkusen, it was a mistake from Borussia Dortmund.
Yeah.
If Borussia Dortmund had won their last match, I believe there was nothing we're talking about. Like I already said about Spain, Madrid and Barca, Atletico comes once in a while, just like Bayern Leverkusen did. So all the way we knew who was the best right in Germany. So it's Bayern. Bayern Munich, so all the way, you understand. So nobody can compete with them. So at least they have match tomorrow.
Yeah, they do. They have their Super Cup tomorrow.
So I'm rooting for Bayern
Munich. Okay, now we know that the Bundesliga Copa is already on the match to be played today. The Decopis Cup starting today, where the big boys are playing the small boys. So
even the so-called big boys are the small boys to me. Why? Do you understand? Even the likes of Augsburg. I don't see them as the likes of Bayern Munich, RB Leipzig, Borussia Dortmund, and etc. So although the big boys will have match later,
yes.
To me,
no, they are all starting today. They are all starting today. Like Leverkusen has a match against Sonefx. They have a match against Sonefx. So we have matches today. Throughout today, there's going to be Bundesliga Copa Cup. They are playing their cup. The Italian Copa Italian is also being played. So many leagues, but we'll be going straight now from now to the Serie A, which will be kicking off next week. The Serie A and Bundesliga will be kicking off officially next week. Who do you picture to be the champion this season for Serie A?
Yeah, if you talk about Italian Serie A now, there is no contender here because we've seen the likes of Napoli come to the radar. We've seen the likes of Inter come to the radar. AC can do the unthinkable. To me, it's more of like the horse race there, 3 horse race where a lot of people, you can't fight too, or you can't tell who will win. We have lots of Juventus there too, so it's all like about four big teams who don't know their worth and their record. Like every other
leagues,
yeah.
okay.
Just like in England, you never can tell who will retain the Premiership. But I can tell you in Bundesliga, it's our Bayern Munich. So I can tell you in Spain, it's either
Barca or Madrid.
Just like we have in Dutch, it's either Benfica or sure you understand. So
like that.
I just believe the season will be great. One thing I want to discuss is our own brother that has an issue with Napoli. So what's your take about that, sir?
Which of our brother? Atlanta?
Yeah.
Okay. Ademola Lookman. You know, sometimes we don't really put the blame on these players because if you're giving your best for a club, the club is supposed to respect you. Now, for a long time, I don't think Atlanta has ever won anything in the Euro. Right? The first ever where they won, he delivered it to them. Beating Leverkusen in their best season. The season they won the league. Beating them, scoring the 3 goals, winning the man of the tournament, giving them the trophy. Now, when it comes to issue of contract agreements, resigning or rescheduling of agreements in contracts, you don't have to use color to be sentimental. Because sometimes these are our brothers, they feel
I have a diverse opinion because I believe that all contract must be honored. Yes, you have the contract with them, even if you want to leave, they are really vulnerable. So me, I don't see more of a skin color whether it's an African.
No, I believe that's
because according to the coach now, since the season started, they have not been training with them. So what do you pride in?
No, if the coach will be sincere, he should have called him to come train and let Lookman tell him I'm not training. I can't just tell you that. I can't just tell you that. I can't just tell you that. I can't just tell you that as a parent. I can't tell you that I don't want to eat and just leave me like that.
You know, it's an attitude of player sometimes. If they are not willing to play for a club again, they have.
The truth is, there's one or two ways. See, there's 1 or 2 ways in which a player can be scrutinized. Right? This guy is a king. Let's give it to him. You treat a king with respect. The respect you treat Ronaldo and Messi. He gave them that title. He scored 3 goals in the final.
But somebody passed to him.
I've never seen where a player scored 3 goals in the final. Even Messi and Ronaldo have not scored 3 in the final. So they should not play with Ademola Lookman. Ademola Lookman is a big boy in that team. They should give him his respect. Oh, just imagine, Chelsea wanted to sign Osimhen. You were telling him to cut down cash, but they were signing rubbish with better money because of the skin color. That's bad now.
It's not skin color.
It's skin color. The white are racist.
Every team has a budget.
The white are racist.
Every team has a budget of what they want to spend, what they want to buy. You understand? Because of this fair play, somehow, you understand? So spending excessively will have a negative effect on the club.
But they bought a player more worth than that Osimhen's price. They did not even price his player. One of these useless players Chelsea bought. Chelsea used to waste money like Chelsea can buy 14 useless player, 1 better player. That's Chelsea for you. But they are more dirty. They are more dirty than good. But just that the dirty. Now Chelsea have known 1 player since they bought that player. They've known the player for 20 seasons. He has not played well for Chelsea. Is that a team? Nkunku was a Chelsea player. You will never know that Nkunku was a Chelsea player. Why? He has been on loan. You don't buy player because you have stolen money.
Has Chelsea won the Champions League?
they won Champions League.
Have Chelsea won the World Club Cup?
They've won it. Are they the first to win it?
You find your dirty and
they buy dirty on the bench, just like Man U. Man U are buying nonsense now. Man U are buying players they don't need. They are sending off the ones they need. How can you take off Garnacho, the guy that have been saving you? McTominay, the guy that was there when Man U was dying, the guy was there, was delivering for Man U. Only for Man U. I like Man U. Man U is a cost team. Man U is a cost team. They now cost the guy to his destiny. He went to Napoli. He became the man of the season for Napoli, winning the league with Napoli for half the season.
That's why I said you can be needed for your use.
They should just sell Man U and buy charger.
Okay, no problem. So thank you very much for watching with us.
Thank you.
See you next time.
Okay, yes. What's your prediction for today's match? This night's match?
Liverpool, I see 2-0.
2-0 for your scoreline. Well, for me, I believe Liverpool is going to redeem themselves, right? But I'm seeing a 3-1 because that 4 goal must still play.
Okay.
Yes, that 4 goal must still play. A 3-1. Bonema to score first, but Liverpool to end up winning. Then for Barcelona, and those useless boy, Mayoka, hey, I'm going to give them 5.
Okay.
I'm going up with the 5. Let the 5 keep
let's see how the
going.
story
We'll see you
comes
guys later.
Bye.
Thank you for staying tuned.
No.
Yeah.